Hi guys, Jennifer here, Scrap and Cane. Today I'm sharing a single page layout. It's an 8.5 by 11 layout. This is for Spiegelmom Scraps. I'm on their design team. And anytime you order a sequence, you can save 15% by adding my name, Jennifer15, to the comments. Or the discount section, actually. I'm going to use Paige Evans' collection. Truly Grateful and Wonders is mainly the one that I use. I have a few chipboard pieces, papers, and puffy stickers that I want to use. There's a sticker sheet there, and then another puffy where I'm going to get the title from for my layout. And as you can see here, I kind of got started. I fussy cut out the leaves. I have 3 photos I'm planning on using right now. I do add a 4th photo. That white paper that looks white is really not white. It's like a really light lavender color. I'm going to use that as my background. I've kind of decided what I'm going to do, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to add in these rub-ons. They match with the colors, the purple, and then the word explore matches with the wood grain. And I wanted to use the wood grain because it matches my photos. This is a statue here in Colorado that they just put in about a year ago. And we went to go see it because it's kind of cool. It's about 20 feet tall and it's made out of plaster, but it looks like it's wood. And it was really something kind of cool and neat to see. My bestie and I went to go see it. We thought it was closer than it was. It ended up being like a 2-hour trip. So that's why I end up putting road trip on here, because it was kind of a little road trip. So I ended up tearing the paper and decided I'm going to add the mixed media rub-ons underneath. So you're going to see here in a minute, I'm going to cut all these rub-ons, and they still have the backing on them. Those are by 49 in Market, and they are the best rub-ons on the market. They really do rub off really well, and you can also cut them as I did with scissors and make rub-ons work for you. So I'm using a pencil to draw around all of the wood pieces, and as you can see, magic of YouTube, that's done. So I laid down the rub-on piece where you can see the pencil mark, so it'll show out from underneath the paper once I lay the papers back down. And that's just to get a little bit more use out of the rub-ons, since I only had that small section of that color and I only wanted that color. I had to make it work, so I had to stretch it a little bit. So by drawing out the lines and tearing the paper, I was able to extend the life of the rub-ons and make it work a little bit better for me. So I'm going to use that one there just at the top. I'm going to add this piece back in just so that I know. I forgot to draw the pencil line actually at the top. So I did that, and then I went ahead and rubbed on the rub-on. As you can see, I kind of fast forward through that. It's just rubbing on the rub-ons where the pencil marks are. So, and it doesn't matter if I can see the straight edge or not. Once I get it completely done, you won't be able to see those straight edges at all. I do come in, as you can see, to the side on the left. I have a little jar of Shimmer's paints, and it matches actually perfectly with the rub-ons once they dry. So I'm going to add just a little bit of liquid to the paper. I didn't want to add a whole lot because it warps the paper. And I don't like the warping of mixed media. That's what keeps me from doing a lot of mixed media. So if I use the rub-ons first, it gets majority of the paint down. And then I just used a stamping block. And there is a stamp on it. That's a mixed media stamp. It shows splatters and stuff. And when I put the Shimmer's paints over it and then tapped it on the paper, it just put random little spots of Shimmer's paints where the rub-ons were. And that just made it a little bit bigger and kind of covered up those lines. So as you can see, you can't see that line at the top at all because the paper where it's going to lay covers up the line. So it just has a little bit of mixed media peeking out underneath it. And I think it looks kind of cool. It gives you something to look at on the background. This one here is the big explore word. These ones are a little bit harder to rub on, but you just keep on rubbing them and pull them up lightly. And if it didn't rub off all the way, just put it back down and re-rub it a little bit more. And they come off. And just gently kind of pull it up and keep rubbing. I like to use the flat side of the stick that comes in the rub-ons versus the pointy edge. I'll use the pointy edge if it's a small little rub-on or something, but if it's a larger rub-on, I use the flat side. So again, the magic of YouTube. I lay down all my planks and I have them ready to go. So my background's pretty much done. At some point, I think I fast forward through it, but I do add white paint splatters to the wood grain. Um, the white paint splatters are there. And then I matted my photo in the middle with the purple paper. And I also added a fourth photo to the top. So I put a little bit more mixed media in the corner because there was no mixed media in that corner for some reason. So I did add a little bit of mixed media and then decided that photo fit perfectly at the top. And since it looks different than the other photos, it kind of needed its own little area. So to me, it fit perfectly up there with Explore. I also added in a puffy sticker that says, let's go on a road trip. And then the road trip is the pink purpley color letters. I added the dragonfly at the top. I'm going to add the title down at the bottom. And with the leaves, I still haven't decided if I was going to use all the colors or only the purples, pinks, and purpley blue color. I ended up only using the purples, blues, and the pink, the peach color because it matches with the beautiful title. So it played in with the colors on the layout. I didn't add any of the green, the orange, or the yellow. And I'm deciding where I'm going to put the leaves. I wasn't really sure. I decided I was going to tuck them in, and I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. So then I tucked one in on the other side, and then I'll tuck it in around the title, I believe. I did cut out the stem of the leaf, but I ended up pulling it off. And then I tuck them in kind of in ombre order. So all the little purples bleeding out to a pink color go there at the bottom. And then at the very bottom, I'm going to add those darker leaves. And they matched perfectly with the Enjoy the Moment sticker that's at the bottom underneath Umi, which is her name. So that's the name of the statue that we went to go see. So it just says, Beautiful Umi, enjoy the moment. And like I said, it was just a little road trip. We wanted to see it, and we drove out to go see her. And she's sitting in a brand new neighborhood, so it looks like there's nothing around her, but there really is houses around her, and eventually there'll be a park when it's completed, but it's not done. So here I am still adding leaves, and I'm going to get all the leaves added, and then unfortunately my camera shuts off, so you won't see me add the sequins or the little tiny leaves that you see up on the right hand side. I added just a few of those in matching colors around the bigger leaves. And that just added a little smaller detail, which I like to add to all my layouts along with the sequins. So when I add the sequins, I will pick each color that I want to add in that area. So I added some of the shiny purple ones, some of the white ones, and gold. Because there is gold in the Umi title, and then also the brown looks gold. So they match perfectly. At the top photo, I'm adding little chipboard corner pieces that are purple and gold. And then I'll add all the sequins and I'm done. As you can see in the final pictures here that I'm sharing, you can see all the little sequins just around in the little tiny leaves. Thanks for joining me, guys. Please come back again. Bye.